Okay, this is your resident Gemini, Maria Rieger, here with another parenting video. Today we're focusing less on astrology and more on just general parenting tips. Hope everyone had a great Christmas. I'm sure a lot of you were out trying to find the best, most interesting or most fun Christmas gifts for your kids to try to make up for 2020 and how, especially the last few months with the colder weather, kids have been unable to go outside, see friends and family as much and do their usual activities. And a lot of us parents wanted to try to make Christmas extra special for them in light of that. And today I'm going to share with you the number one thing that your kids want from you. And it is, for the most part, totally free. So the number one thing kids want from parents, and they have a hard time articulating this, but the one top, most important, most valuable thing they want from you above any material good is one-on-one time and attention from parents. Okay? Kids have a really tough time articulating this. Little kids don't have the words. Older kids either don't have the words or they don't they don't want to seem uncool or needy, right? Especially older kids, as they're testing their independence, they don't want to seem needy. So they have a really hard time telling parents, I want to spend more time with you. Occasionally, and I have talked to parents whose kids have said, I want to spend more time with you. We don't get to spend as much time as we used to doing things together. And that bespeaks a very close relationship, good relationship between the parent and child, that the child can articulate that to the parent. So you may think that kids don't want to spend time with you. Your kids don't want to spend time with you. They may act like they do not want to spend time with you. And you may think, and I have heard this from parents, you may think, why should I make the extra effort to spend one-on-one time with my kid? He doesn't seem to enjoy my company. That is not true. They do enjoy your company. They need one-on-one attention from parents. So remember, first of all, that all behavior is communication. So when the kids start acting up, they're trying to communicate something to you. Could be that they need basic needs fulfilled, especially younger kids, right? They're too tired. That's why they're cranky. They're hungry, whatever. Almost all children will take negative attention from parents over no attention. Negative attention from parents is preferable than no attention from parents. So if children cannot get positive feedback and positive attention from parents, they will act out. They will do bad things, what some parents consider bad things or things they're not supposed to do, to get negative attention from parents. So when that happens, when your kid does something that makes you upset or makes you reactive, take a step back and think, okay, what is going on here? Is it maybe that they're not getting enough positive attention from me? I'm not spending enough time with them, and now they're making me react, so they're forcing me to spend time and attention on them. So you want to always be aware of that. So when you spend time with your kids, try to find something that they like to do, some activity they like to do, and do it with them. It doesn't matter if you're not good at it. I've mentioned video games on this channel before, playing those with your kids, board games, whatever. Kids love teaching parents how to do things, how to play games and things like that. It makes the kids feel important. It bonds the parent and child. It boosts the child's self-esteem and self-confidence. All those things. Okay? So when you're spending one-on-one time with your child, put your screens away, put your phones away, focus on the child, make eye contact with your child, ask questions, answer their questions. Don't make the activity rushed. Many times it's just a matter of occupying the same space with the child, just eating a meal together and even reading your own book while you're eating a meal together at the table, or watching a show together or a movie and commenting on the movie. My son and I just watched the movie Soul from Pixar on Disney Plus. I think it was Disney Plus, and it was wonderful. And it had a great message that we talk about in astrology and that I will be talking about in a recent newsletter if you're on my mailing list. That is, choose soul needs over ego needs every time, right? So life is for living, and everything that happens in life, even the minuscule things, I watched a fox cross the street in the middle of the day today, something I don't see usually. That's a wonderful thing. That's celebration of life, right? So even those little things that we take for granted during the day because we're so rushed and busy all the time, those have meaning. So things like that. Activities can be as simple as just taking a car ride together and going to browse at GameStop or the comic book store. And like I said, make sure you're focusing on your child, asking them questions, entertaining their questions, giving them your one-on-one attention. An interesting thing, there's an interesting phenomenon that kind of happens, especially with older kids. And this goes back to what I was saying earlier, that some parents, I've heard from some parents who say, well, my kid doesn't enjoy spending time with me, so why bother? Well, it's almost like they're testing you, okay? It's almost like they're subconsciously testing you to make sure that your love for them is totally unconditional. Kids need unconditional love from you, that you love them, to know that you love them no matter what. It doesn't matter what grades they get or how talented they are in certain areas. You love them because they're them. They're worthy because they're a human being, and you love them because you love them. End of story. So I've had it happen with my son and me that when we go on a short trip somewhere, he may begin the trip with kind of a negative attitude. And as the trip wears on and I pay him attention and we do things together, that negative attitude kind of falls away, and then we have a great time together. So if that happens, more like when it happens, that your kid starts to have that kind of negative attitude, like, oh, I don't want to go for a walk, I don't want to do this, push through it. Don't make them feel bad for having the attitude. Do not tolerate disrespect. They must always be civil and respectful to you. But if they're in slightly bad mood, or they just kind of say, I don't want to do this, you can tell them, well, let's try it. Let's try to take a walk, or let's try to go see this exhibit, or let's try to do this. And if you don't like it, we don't have to stay there long, or we won't do it again. Okay? But that kind of gets over the hump of getting them to get there. You don't want to strong arm them into doing it, but you do want to spend time with them. You can also tell your child, I'd like you and me to spend the afternoon together, just you and me. You pick the activity that we're doing. That gives them, that allows them to exercise their own sense of independence, and it allows them to be in charge of selecting the activity, right? But my point about when you start the activity or start spending time with them, if they have a little bit of an attitude, kind of a negative outlook, don't give that too much heed. Just push through it. Don't comment on it. Don't tell them, well, I'm spending time with you. Aren't you happy I'm spending time with you? Or why this attitude? Don't comment on it. Just push through it. Give them a little bit of space and keep doing what you're doing. Spend time with them. Make eye contact with them. Ask them questions. Entertain their questions. All those things. Okay. So I've given you a few examples of things to do together. It depends kind of what your child's temperament is. Some kids are more low-key, some kids are more adventurous. Watching TV together, playing games together, taking walks, ziplining, that's something we've done. Window shopping, even grocery shopping together and having your kid pick out snacks. That's something, all these things you can do together. They don't have to be a huge production, right? A trail ride or a trail hike, trail horseback riding, things like that. Again, it's a matter of occupying the same space. Cooking together, baking together, drawing together, taking a painting class together. My son and I did a pottery class one time. I've done painting classes together. Playing card games. All these things are activities you guys can do together. And they can be totally free, totally simple. It's just a matter of paying attention to your child. And that tells your child that they are important because you are paying attention to them. It strengthens the parent-child bond. And as we've said on other videos, when you have the strong parent-child bond and the child knows that you love them no matter what, that their wants, needs, and opinions are important to you, that you love them unconditionally, when the child knows all that, then everything else kind of falls into place. They will be more willing to take your lead about certain things. They will be better able to listen to you. Things like that. So that everything starts from that. So anyway, that's the main topic for today. I hope it's helpful. It's the number one thing kids want from parents. Time alone with the parents. If you have multiple children, this is more challenging, but it is still necessary that you spend one-on-one time with each child. Parenting expert I talked to recently said, spend a minimum of 20 minutes a day focusing and connecting with your child. I spend more with my son than that because I have only one child. But if you have more than one child, it's more challenging. So, number one thing parents want, or kids want from parents. Time alone with the parents. Parents' attention. And that's it for today. So, before we leave, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more positive parenting and positive parenting with astrology content. So, Merry belated Christmas and happy early New Year. And until next time, thank you. Bye.